How do you really know if a woman loves you? Not just in words, but in the quiet, hidden ways her heart speaks. Is it the way she texts you good morning? The way she laughs at your jokes? Or is it something much deeper, something so rare that most men miss it entirely? Because here's the truth. It's easy for someone to say I love you, but it's almost impossible to fake it over time. If you've ever wondered whether her love is real, or if it's just comfort, attachment, or convenience, stay with me until the very end. What you're about to learn could change how you see relationships forever. And before we begin, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and commit to watching the full thing. Because if you miss even one of these signs, you might misjudge someone's heart, and that could cost you the relationship of your life. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Love works the same way. You can't control who says they love you, but you can observe how their actions align with those words. A woman's true love is revealed not in grand gestures, but in the small, repeated choices she makes over time. It's not about a single romantic night. It's about the invisible thread she weaves through your daily life, one act of care at a time. And here's the thing, psychology confirms it. We don't reveal our truest selves when we're trying to impress someone. We reveal it in the quiet, unplanned moments. So let's look at the 10 signs that a woman truly loves you. 1. She protects your peace. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you were truly at peace with someone? Not just laughing and having fun, but that deep, quiet peace where you feel safe, seen, and understood. Think back to a moment with her. Maybe you were sitting together in silence. Maybe she just rested her hand on yours, and without a single word, you felt calm. No pressure to entertain her, no fear of being judged, just you exactly as you are. That's rare, and that's the first sign she truly loves you. A woman who loves you protects your peace. She's not here to stir drama just to test you. She's not throwing little emotional games to keep your attention. She knows the world already throws enough noise at you: work stress, financial worries, family responsibilities, and the last thing you need is chaos at home. This doesn't mean she avoids all conflict. Real love will have disagreements. But here's the difference. She handles them with the goal of protecting you both, not winning an argument. She cares about your mental space. She knows when you've had a long day, and instead of adding weight, she lightens it. Maybe it's making you laugh. Maybe it's just letting you breathe in silence. Now ask yourself, does she protect your peace or disturb it? Because a woman who truly loves you won't just bring happiness when things are easy. She'll protect your calm when life is anything but. That's the kind of love Marcus Aurelius would call a fortress for the soul, steady, secure, and built to last. 2. She's loyal when you're not around. Let me ask you, how much trust do you really have in her when you're not there to see what she's doing? It's easy to feel secure when she's holding your hand at a family dinner or laughing with you at a cafe. But the real test of love isn't when you're by her side, it's when you're nowhere in sight. Picture this. You're at work or maybe out with friends. She's somewhere else, maybe with her friends, maybe at a party. Someone makes a little joke about you, a subtle dig at your habits, maybe even a playful flirt in your direction. What does she do? A woman who truly loves you won't just smile awkwardly and let it slide. She'll defend you without hesitation. She'll protect your name like it's her own, because in her heart you are part of her. This loyalty isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's in the little choices, how she shuts down a conversation that crosses a line, how she refuses to entertain gossip, how she keeps her own behavior consistent even when temptation is in the room. Psychology calls this reputation defense, but to you it's simply love in action. She's guarding not just your relationship but your dignity. And here's the beautiful part. She doesn't do it for applause. She might never even tell you why. Because it's not about proving her loyalty, it's about being loyal. So ask yourself, when you're not around, is she still standing by you? Because the kind of love that lasts is the kind that's faithful even in the unseen moments. That's when you know she's not just in love with you, she's on your side no matter who's watching. 3. She remembers what matters to you. Let me ask you, how does it feel when someone remembers the little things about you? Not the big, obvious stuff like your birthday or your favorite color. Anyone can remember those. I'm talking about the details you mentioned once in passing, and then forgot you even said. Maybe months ago you told her about that street vendor who makes the best chai in your hometown. And then one day she surprises you with the same flavor because she remembered. Or maybe you once told her how a certain song reminds you of your father, and later, she sends it to you out of the blue saying, "Thought you'd like this today." That's not just memory, that's care. Psychologists call it emotional attunement. When someone tunes into you so deeply that your joys, struggles, and memories become part of their own mental world, it's a sign she's not just hearing you, she's listening. She's storing away the pieces of you that most people overlook, because to her, they're treasures. And here's the thing, this kind of remembering doesn't happen by accident. When a woman truly loves you, she pays attention without even trying. Your life matters to her, so every detail you share feels important. Now think about it. Does she remember the little things you've told her? Does she bring them up in moments that make you smile? Because love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's as quiet as her remembering something you thought she forgot. That's when you realize, you're not just in her heart, you're in her mind too. 4. She respects your boundaries. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been with someone who made you feel guilty for needing space? It's not a good feeling, is it? You try to explain you just need a little time to focus on work, clear your head, or be with friends, but instead of understanding, they get upset. They take it personally, like your boundaries are an attack on them. That's not love. That's possession. Now think about her. When you say you need space, does she respect it? Or does she try to break it down? A woman who truly loves you understands that boundaries aren't walls to keep her out. They're the healthy fences that keep the relationship safe. She knows you're still you, an individual with your own dreams, needs, and rhythms, and she loves you enough to let you breathe. Maybe she doesn't like every boundary you set. Maybe she wishes you could always be available. But if she truly loves you, she'll honor it anyway, because she knows trust can't survive without respect. This is where real maturity and love shows up, when she can separate her temporary wants from what's best for the relationship long term. And here's the beauty of it. When your boundaries are respected, you actually feel more connected, not less. You come back to her refreshed, knowing she values your independence instead of fearing it. So ask yourself, does she protect your space or does she invade it? Because a woman who loves you won't chain you. She'll give you the room to grow, knowing you'll choose to come back. 5. She's present in your lowest moments. Think about this for a second. How many people have loved you only when you were winning? It's easy to have a crowd when life is good, when you're making money, looking sharp, achieving your goals. But what happens when you lose? When life knocks the wind out of you and you can't hide the pain? That's where the truth shows. If she truly loves you, she doesn't just love the man on top of the mountain, she loves the man crawling up it with scraped knees. She's there in the moments when you feel like nothing is going right. She's not embarrassed by your struggles, and she doesn't start drifting away because things aren't fun anymore. Maybe she sits with you quietly when you're too tired to talk. Maybe she brings you food when you can't even think about cooking. Maybe she just listens while you vent, without trying to turn the conversation back to herself. Psychology calls this empathic presence, the ability to share space with someone's pain, without needing to fix it right away. She understands that love isn't just about celebrating your wins, it's about holding you steady when you're too weak to stand on your own. So ask yourself, when you've been at your lowest, was she there without judgment? Or did she only show up for the highlight reel? Because a woman who truly loves you will walk with you in the rain, not just wait for the sun to come back out. And when you find someone like that, you found something rare. 6. She's proud of you for who you are, not what you have. You can always tell the difference between a woman who's with you for the man you are and one who's with you for the things you own. When a woman is genuinely proud of you for who you are, her admiration doesn't depend on your bank balance, the size of your house, or the brand of your car. It's rooted in your character, your integrity, your discipline, your ability to face life's challenges with courage. Think about it. Have you ever been with someone who only seemed impressed when you achieved something flashy? A new job, a big purchase, a status upgrade. But the moment life got quieter or harder and their excitement faded, that's not pride in you. That's pride in what you can give them. A woman who truly values you will be just as proud when you're making slow, steady progress as when you hit a big milestone. She'll tell her friends about your kindness, your resilience, your work ethic, not just your material wins. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." When you live by your principles, the right woman won't need to be convinced to admire you. She'll naturally see your worth. And here's the beautiful part. When her pride is based on your essence, you never feel pressured to constantly prove yourself with material displays. You can simply be and know you're enough. A woman like this is rare. She's not blinded by glitter. She sees the gold within you. And that's the kind of pride you can build a life on. 7. She forgives and encourages growth. Think about this for a second. Have you ever made a mistake in a relationship? Something that made you think, that's it. She's never going to see me the same way again. Maybe you forgot something important. Maybe you said something you didn't mean in the heat of the moment. Maybe you simply weren't the best version of yourself that day. Now picture this. She could have held that over your head forever. She could have kept bringing it up every time you argued. But instead, she looked you in the eyes and said, "It's okay. I know you. I know your heart. Let's move forward." That, my friend, is rare. And if you've experienced it, you know exactly how powerful it feels. Forgiveness in love isn't about ignoring mistakes, it's about seeing the bigger picture. It's about valuing the bond you share more than the temporary hurt. And when a woman forgives you, truly forgives you, she's not giving you a free pass to repeat the mistake. She's showing you that she believes in your ability to grow. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When someone does you wrong, immediately consider what view of good or evil led him to do it." In relationships, this means understanding the heart behind the action, not just the action itself. A woman who forgives and encourages growth is a woman who wants to see the best in you, even when you've stumbled. She's not looking for a perfect man. She's looking for a man who learns, adapts, and rises stronger after each fall. If she forgives you, stands beside you, and inspires you to become better instead of making you feel smaller, hold on to her. Because that's the kind of love that doesn't just survive storms, it becomes unshakable because of them. 8. She supports your dreams. It's late at night, and you're sitting at your desk, staring at a half-finished plan for something you've been dreaming about for years. Maybe it's starting your own business, writing a book, or finally quitting that job you hate to chase something meaningful. But instead of laughing at the unrealistic idea, or telling you to be practical, she pulls up a chair next to you. She asks questions not to doubt you, but to understand you. She looks you in the eye and says, "If this matters to you, it matters to me." That's a rare kind of woman. A woman who supports your dreams isn't just along for the ride, she's helping you fuel the engine. She might help you brainstorm ideas, share contacts, or simply make you a cup of coffee when you've been at it all night. She doesn't see your ambitions as a threat to her comfort. She sees them as a part of who you are. And here's the thing. This kind of support doesn't always come in grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the small things, sending you an encouraging message before a big meeting, reminding you of how far you've come when you feel stuck, or simply sitting beside you in silence so you don't feel alone in the fight. Why is this so important? Because many people will cheer for you when you're winning. Very few will believe in you before you have anything to show. A woman who supports your dreams is telling you, without words, that she's invested in your future, not just the present moment. She's saying, "I see who you are now and I believe in who you can become." And if you find someone like that, you protect her, because she's not just loving the man. She's loving the man. You're still becoming. 9. She's honest about her feelings. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't hide behind silence, half-truths, or emotional games. She communicates openly, even when it's uncomfortable, because she values connection over temporary peace. Think about it. How many relationships have fallen apart, not because there wasn't love, but because one person bottled up their emotions until resentment took over? A woman who's serious about you refuses to let that happen. If something bothers her, she tells you. If she feels insecure, she shares it. If she's proud of you, she says it with a sparkle in her eyes. Now here's the difference. When she's honest, it's not to tear you down, it's to build you up. She doesn't weaponize her emotions or use them to manipulate. Instead, she trusts that you can handle her truth and that the relationship will be stronger for it. That's a rare kind of courage. Maybe you've experienced this before. She looks at you and says, "I don't like how we handled that fight," or "I missed you today," or even, "I'm scared we're drifting apart." It's vulnerable, it's raw, and it's proof she'd rather risk a hard conversation than lose the bond you share. From a Stoic lens, honesty in love is a form of virtue. It aligns with living in truth, rather than in illusion. Someone who hides their feelings is living in fear. Someone who shares them is living in strength. And here's the thing. When a woman opens up like this, she's inviting you to do the same. That's how trust deepens. That's how two people stop being just lovers and start becoming a true team. Because at the end of the day, love without honesty is just a pretty lie, and she wants no part of that. 10. She chooses you every day. Love isn't just something you say once and then forget. It's a choice you make again and again. The most powerful sign of a woman's genuine love is when she actively chooses you every single day, even when life gets messy, when temptations arise, and when you're not at your best. Think about it, anyone can love during the good times. When you're funny, charming, healthy, and life feels like a movie scene, affection flows easily. But the real test of love happens on the days when you're stressed, tired, or a little distant. Does she still stand by you? Does she still wake up and decide, yes, this is my person? You might not notice it at first, but it's in the small, consistent actions. She replies to your texts even when she's busy. She plans her future with you in mind. She stays faithful without you having to constantly check or worry. She invests effort into keeping your bond alive, not out of obligation, but because she truly wants you in her life. Real love is not about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone who looks at your imperfections and still says, I choose you. That's what separates lust from loyalty, and infatuation from deep connection. In the end, a woman who chooses you daily doesn't just love you, she commits to growing with you, weathering storms with you, and building a future with you. And in a world where so many people walk away at the first sign of trouble, that choice is the most beautiful form of love there is. Closing. So, how many of these signs have you seen in your relationship? Remember, love isn't proven in one moment. It's proven in 1,000 little moments over and over again. If she gives you these signs, cherish her. Women who love like this are rare. And if she doesn't, maybe it's time to ask yourself what kind of love you're really looking for. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.